All right, who's going to bounce back on Sunday? Russell Wilson or the 49ers defense?
I'm going with Russell Wilson, who's never lost to these 49ers at home, 7-0. I'm going with Russell Wilson because the band is back. And I love going on cruises. I don't know about y'all, but you ever go on that cruise and see that top deck, that band is together? Oh, they play some music to your ears. So I think this is what's going to happen. And for anybody up here thinking they're going to go with the 49ers, it's not just the injuries that caught up to them. It's the schedule. And people predicted this. Remember after their first 8 games, people was like, this schedule is going to get daunting. What happened? Seahawks, Cardinals, Packers, Ravens, Saints, Falcons, Rams. Tougher teams in there, sprinkled in there. And all of a sudden, we saw the decline of this defense. So it's going to be Russell Wilson, who's never lost to this team, continuing that streak.
Man, I'm going with the Niners defense.
Oh, there you go. You hear me?
I'm going with – you got Travis Homer going to be your running back. Hopefully Marshawn can bring you something. Hopefully Robert Turbin can – Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. As long as Russell Wilson has been there, he's never given the keys to the offense to Russell Wilson and said, okay, here, we're going to go as far as you take us. He wants to run the ball. Who are you running the ball with? Who are you going to run the ball with? And you say the band back together, unless Richard Sherman is going into the other locker room, it's part of the band is back together. And so I look at it. And that
they got Tito, not Jermaine.
Not Jermaine.
Give me a tissue. And the schedule did get tough. But the 49ers have handled it like champs. You're going to lose some games when you play good teams, but they have so much to play for. That's a number 1 seed. That's getting a bye in the playoffs. They're going to be ready to play in. I don't care how many games they lost to the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers have been trash, and they're not trash
But didn't they have that same motivation when they saw Atlanta? Yeah. They had so much to play for.
It's a little letdown.
Here comes another one.
A little letdown.
But the problem is, at that time, the defense of the 49ers, they were just, you're going to have games that you're going to have kind of train wrecks on. So I'm going with you. I'm going with the 49ers. I think they're going to bounce back because I don't care. Marshawn Lynch is coming back, but come on. The guy's been eating Skittles the last 3 or 4 months. He hasn't been playing in any games.
Stop.
The guy, I get it. When he played, the guy was a headache. Every time I tackle the guy, all I remember is seeing stars. That dude's head is made of steel, but you got to be in some kind of football shape. Marshawn Lynch isn't in football shape. And Russell Wilson, like you said, TJ, he needs that element to complement his game. I don't believe he's a guy that could just go out there with the defense knowing, hey, they're going to throw the ball a game, and he's going to be able to go out and deliver. There needs to be some element, like the running game, to keep a defense honest. So I'm going with that 49ers defense.
This is a coin flip for me. I think it's a very tough call. I'm going to bet on the 49ers defense because I think Seattle might be the most overvalued team in football. They're 11-4 with a plus 12 point differential. Plus, they've only outscored their opponents by 12 points, and they have 11 victories. They've done a lot of magical stuff. They've had good fortune fall their way to be 11-4. I think Marshawn coming back is a smokescreen, a distraction. It's going to be it's going to provide false hope. I just don't think you can walk off the streets after being inactive for, 18 months or whatever. And so, I expect the 49ers defense to have its way with a team that's going to struggle to run the ball. Nick Bosa, that group of defensive linemen are going to pin their ears back and get after Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's a strong point, and that's a point that you've made earlier in the season about the Seahawks, talking about those close games and how it was just a coin flip from them having a worse record than what we see right now in 11 wins. There's something about, one, traveling to the Northwest latter part of the season. This is week 17. You may have some elements to deal with. You may have a team that is now have a newfound energy because they know their backs are against the wall as well. San Francisco in the last 8 games won 5, lost 3. A couple of them were like, this is going to make us lose confidence in you as a whole. We don't know what they are because they're in uncharted territory. This is a 4-win team that's won 12 games. We don't know how far they're going to go. I think there's a little bit of early anointing of the San Francisco 49ers that now we have to bring it back to the pack.
Once 24 runs onto that field and he gets in the huddle, this is Marshawn Lynch. He's going to give an emotional lift to that crowd, to the team. Now, once that emotion wears off,
and they hand him the ball,
now we got to play football. And so
that fast,
he's going to be like, oh, man.
And so
I need some Skittles. I need injection of energy
You can't
here.
play on emotion the whole game. And the 49ers win this game, they get a bye. They got a lot on the line. The Seahawks, they're playing regardless next weekend. And so I look at it from that perspective. The Niners are the better team.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.